Hello, this is Halloween, and if you love going to cemeteries and learning about the history of cemeteries as much as I do, you may want to subscribe because I'm going to be taking you somewhere new every week. In today's episode, we are in beautiful Inverness, Florida. It's a bit chilly out today. We're going to be headed to the Oak Ridge Cemetery. Enjoy! We're here at the Oak Ridge Cemetery in Inverness, Florida. It's a crisp day outside. This cemetery was established in 1898. Let's go in and see what we can see. This cemetery is kind of hilly. It's right off the road. There are memorials going all the way almost to the street here. There's no gated area or anything, so that just leads me to believe that it's probably just open all the time. I mean, there's no gate that you have to come into, no time of closing. But yeah, looks like a lot of newer headstones. You know, I'm looking for that 1898 section. A big cemetery, it's pretty big. There are some niches here. Some whole body casket niches right here, and some mausoleums and things like that maybe, or just more niches all around the cemetery. It's so beautiful today. It's really beautiful. These are my favorite kind of days. Outside of the chilliness, I love a beautiful blue day. That's my favorite because it really brings up the mood, you know. I could never live in a place like Seattle or something. So my husband was down the pathway here just flagging me down. Babe, babe. And I'm going, what does he want? So I stopped filming for a second. And he said, that cemetery you're filming on that side is actually Pine Hill Cemetery. And this side is Oak Ridge. So they are literally neighboring cemeteries. Why they have different names and it's not all one cemetery, I do not know. Because it definitely just looks like one cemetery. But we're going to be checking out both of them. Probably going to put them in separate episodes because it is a big cemetery. We're going to check out this one right now, and then we'll check out the other one. Here we have John Alfred Brocato and Marie A. Brocato. Now, if you've watched some of my videos, I believe in the Garden of Memories Cemetery, we went to the famous sandwich shop in Tampa called Brocato's. And I'm not 100% sure, but this could be some of their relatives. You don't really hear that name very often. But it's possible. I thought these were really pretty. Ann Watts step and Mark Gregory step. He's from Athens, Georgia. And she's from Monroeville, Alabama. Here is a Conlin mausoleum, and it looks like we can peek inside. Look. As with most, you know, you got the beautiful little crest on the outside, the detail on the cross here, and then you look inside. It's not very clear because the glass is kind of frosted, but they have some really pretty stained glass in there. I can actually see, looks like 3 or 4 full casket inserts in there on the right side, which would be right behind this wall. That's the Conlin family. Looks like a variety of names in here from all different backgrounds. Kanupka. That's, I think that sounds kind of Greek to me, Kanupka. I could be wrong. Well, we got a Fitzpatrick family right over here. Oh, and Edward Kanupka was a veteran, U.S. Army. That's a long last name. Prestigiacomo. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. That's a name right there. When you have a Olkonen, a lot of names I've never heard of before. It's kind of a cool thing about a cemetery, and I've said in the past, if you're looking for names for your child or something, come to a cemetery. You can get all kinds of really cool ideas for names for your child. If you're having a baby, these are kind of cool little purple benches. Anybody likes purple? There's a lot of them out there. The crazy purple people. Stokes. There's another Stokes. Wow. That's a really beautiful plot. The way they've done the bricks and everything. Here's a La Pearl little family niche here. Yeah, that's beautiful. That contrast of the black marble and the white, and it lasts a long time. So neat too what they do with this black marble, how they put the images on there. So there's a bunch of what are they called? John Deere tractors or whatever. Farmall. So he must have been a farmer, maybe. David Roma LaPearl and Brenda Ogle LaPearl. And she was a Gator fan. The #1 Gator fan, to be exact. And he passed in 2009. She passed in 2003. But that's just really stunning. Very pretty. And I'm seeing a lot of this Fitzpatrick name in this cemetery. Again, on the beautiful black. They got little clovers next to it. Awesome. Arnold, that's really pretty too. I like that arrowhead style on the peach marble. Lonnie T, Tommy Arnold. Christian Warrior, love it. This is beautiful. This Fitzpatrick, another Gator fan. We got a lot of Gator fans over here. Kevin T died in 2009, and Adele is still with us. Beautiful plot though here, right under a big oak tree, shaded, really pretty. There's some really beautiful niches over here, and they're just kind of randomly all about the place. We've got the Gold family here, Carl O. Sr. and Louise. Oh, my husband pointed this out. So, I don't know if you know the squirrel nut zippers. It's one of our favorite bands, and they have a song called The Ghost of Stephen Foster. And here he is. We found him in this very cemetery. It's amazing. Beloved husband, father, son, brother, and friend. Stephen Robert Foster. For all of you Squirrel Nut Zippers fans out there, that's a good find. Beautiful headstone too. Here are a few more. We have the Martin family. Elikofer. I'm butchering that name, but similar. They're all similar styles. And this is really beautiful. This is very nice. Only 2 inserts, but I even love the script on there. This is the LaPearl family. So we saw LaPearls over there too. So LaPearl is a big name in this cemetery. Olive, I think it's Olive Mary. And because of the script, I kind of can't. It's hard to read. Yeah, I don't know. But look at that. This guy flew planes. He had his own private planes and helicopter. Pretty cool. Well, that would explain the mausoleum here, because these things aren't cheap. Here's a pinna, and here's a small niche with cremains. Oak Ridge Column of Memories. And over here is a really nice niche for the Blanton family. Blanton, I think, is a Florida name. We have an elementary school in St. Petersburg called Blanton Elementary. I think that's a big Florida name. So this is really beautiful. Pictures of the family adorn the niche, and they're still in really good shape, all of them. 2020, 2016, 2021, 1997. They're all fairly new. And then there's some pictures down here. But the fish and reindeer, or I guess a deer. Birds, flowers. I love this picture. Look at this. And this one. Very pretty. Well, that does it for the Oak Ridge Cemetery. I hope you enjoyed our little walk. I think it's a beautiful cemetery. It's, I really couldn't find any, like, really old headstones. They're somewhere in here. But as you can see, it's quite big. And, burials tend to be a lot newer in here. There probably was only a small bit of, the departed that were from that time period. And they either have, like, maybe footstones, or they're just somewhere in the vastness of this cemetery. But that does it for this one. I'll see you at the next one, right across the street next week. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved today's episode. If you get a chance and you're in Inverness, you need to stop by this 9-state brewery. It is an awesome little brewery with a great atmosphere. There's local artwork. I think the artwork is actually done by the lady that owns it. I'm not really sure. I didn't get around to asking her. But all the proceeds go to, I think, her daughter, who has an It sounds like she has a kidney problem, so it's like a kidney trust fund for her daughter. It's a beautiful little brewery in the middle of Inverness, downtown Inverness, and it has wonderful beers. We actually enjoyed 3 each of the pumpkin beer that they had because it was so good, and since it's a seasonal, we didn't want to miss out. They do have beers that you can buy there and take out, so they sell beers out of the brewery, and they offer Korean food when it's serving times. I think the kitchen was closed at the time that we were there. I didn't see anybody eating any food. But like earlier in the day, I think they have good Korean food. And it's owned by a Korean couple. So I guarantee you it's freaking on point. And they also have live music every I think it's I don't think it's every Saturday night, but I think it tells you on the bathroom walls, you know, when the band's going to be playing and stuff. It's just a really cool brewery, great atmosphere, good music playing, really good music playing. It was an enjoyable Friday evening at the brewery. We also visited the sidebar, and the sidebar is a tavern environment, but we had like the best pretzel we've ever had. And it comes with the beer cheese and the mustard. It was perfect for curbing that little bit of a buzz we had so we could go back to our cabin and just enjoy the rest of the evening. But it was also a really great establishment. I really enjoyed Inverness. It's a great place to visit if you're in Florida. And the cemetery was wonderful too. Join me next week for the other half of that cemetery, which is actually named differently, but we're going to find out more about that next week. That does it for today's episode. If you haven't already, please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video, and I'll see you next time.